The Toronto Raptors narrowly escape with a victory against the Phoenix Suns, 122 to 115 at Scotiabank Arena. We're going to drop one for them. And listen, this was kind of nerve-wracking getting to the end of this game because the Raptors, if you didn't see this game, the Raptors were playing from behind for a large majority of this game. I mean, it was back and forth, trading baskets at a lot of different points in this game. And the Raptors did have a lead going into that second quarter. But after that, the Suns led at halftime. They led going into the fourth quarter as well. So, watching this game, you start to wonder down the stretch just what is going to happen for the Raptors in this game. Now, you've already went up against Houston earlier this week. You've gone up against the Pelicans in that debacle. And now you're going up against the Phoenix Suns. You don't want to be going up 0-3 this week. 0-3. I mean, like I mentioned, okay, we saw what happened in Houston. They collapsed in the fourth. Absolute tragedy. Okay. What happened against the Pelicans? I mean,
it's happening over here during whole season. I've been holding it back. It's a complete crap.
And so tonight, I was like, man, if the Raptors lose this one, if they lose this game tonight, this is going to be pretty low amongst the fans. Now, don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying that Phoenix is a terrible basketball team and not a good basketball team. They're a good team. They have good players, winning record team. But this is still a team that the Raptors can beat. This is still a team that the Raptors can beat. Raptors moved to 37-29 on the season. And now because of the situation that they're in, you're always looking over your shoulder at the guys right behind you. You get jumped by Miami and Orlando. And now who is behind them? I believe the Atlanta Hawks are a game and a half back. And so now you got to look over your shoulder constantly at this point. And, Sam Mitchell and Leo Rounton were talking about this before the game. It's like your playoffs have pretty much started already at this point. It's already started. You got to win everything now. You got to win everything. You got to try to get yourself back into that sixth spot at least, because you don't want to have anything to do with the play-in. If you can avoid it, you avoid the play-in at all costs. And so, like I mentioned, every game now is crucial, not just for the Raptors, but for a bunch of teams that are in the same position as the Raptors or a couple spots ahead, couple spots back, whatever the case may be on both conferences. Everybody's got to look over their shoulder now because things are starting to get serious. And I mean, the fourth quarter, pretty damn good game by the Raptors in that fourth quarter in this one. But man, did you guys see that monster block from Scottie Barnes on Jalen Green? I'm going to drop one for Scottie because you needed that one, because Jalen Green actually beat him off the dribble and he would have cut the game to 2 at that point. And Barnes just came up with a monster block and those goes back on the other end, gets the ball, dumps it into Barrett for a two-handed dunk, and push the game to a 6-point lead. Brilliant. They needed that. So we're going to go over this game just a little bit. And as I go through quarter by quarter, we will stop, talk, get into the comments, and we will discuss. But boy, did the Raptors really need that one. They really, really needed that one. Did you hear Scottie after the game talking about that block on Jalen Green? And Jalen Green, I was happy to see that block because he was lighting the Raptors up in this one. He was lighting the Raptors up. I'm talking about 35 minutes in this game. 34 points, 13 of 25 from the field, 8 of 16 from three-point range. 8 of 16 from three-point range. 5 rebounds, 4 assists in this game with a steal. And we did force 3 turnovers out of him. But the point is that he went off in this one. And there was some good defense being played on him as well. at times. Don't get me wrong. The Raptors did leave him open a bunch of times from 3-point range, but there were also some good possessions where the Raptors were D'ing up and he was still making these shots. He was still making these shots. Unbelievable. But like I was mentioning before, did you hear Scottie talking about the block after the game and how he feels? This is how he feels.
It's completely BS. This
Wrong one. This is how he feels.
I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want.
Anywhere he wants. Okay. Listen, when you're making plays like that at the end of games, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Now, the Raptors, when they started this game off, and I told you already, a bunch of times throughout this game, the Raptors, Suns were trading baskets. All right. And with 7:34 remaining, timeout, 10-9 Raptors early. And I'm there thinking, man, the Raptors in this game are going to have to run the Suns off the line. They're going to have to run them off the 3-point line because nearly 40% of the Suns' points come from 3-point range. They shoot a ton of threes, and boy, were they making them. They were making them. Well, a couple of guys were making them, that's for sure. Devin Booker in this game, 34 minutes in this game, he had 31 points, 10 of 20 from the field, modest 2 of 5 from 3-point range, but 9 of 11 from the free throw line to go along with 3 rebounds in this one. Got 5 turnovers out of him, but he had a block in this one as well. I told you about Jalen Green. And they got some pretty decent minutes as well from some of the bench guys. Grayson Allen, Rasheer Fleming did pretty well in this game as well. 23 minutes in this game. He had 9 points and 3 of 3 from 3-point range, but he also gave you 3 blocks in this one as well to go along with 4 assists in this game. Grayson Allen, 15 points, 29 minutes in this game, 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3-point range. He's just a tough, hard-nosed player. He is a tough, hard-nosed player. I like Grayson Allen. And speaking of Grayson Allen, because things got a little chippy early in that first quarter, because remember what I told you last episode when I did that one with Darko Rajakovic? That was just yesterday, actually. And I told you as when you see that incident happen between Murray and Jamal Shed and pretty much nothing being done about it, how teams will see that, players will see that, and they will try you fast because of it. Well, things got chippy early in this one. We did talk about that last podcast, didn't we? Didn't I say just wait and see? We didn't have to wait. You didn't have to wait because things got chippy early between Grayson Allen and one RJ Barrett, because Grayson Allen received a flagrant one on RJ Barrett when he pretty much body checked him to the ground. Okay? It was physical this game. All game, it was chippy. It was physical. And I enjoyed every second of it because the Raptors, they got to get through these stretches. You're going to have stretches that are tough. You're going to be going up against competitors that are physical. They want the smoke. They want the smoke. And the Raptors have to be ready to give it to them. 24-21 Raptors with 2:17 remaining in that first quarter. Jalen Green, like I mentioned, he was going off in this one. He had 11 points in that first quarter, 3 of 3 from 3-point range, 14-8 in regards to points in the paint for the Raptors. And the Raptors had 12 bench points early in that first quarter. So that was a good sign for the Raptors. Good bench minutes from some of their guys tonight. And it was a 30-28 ball game for the Raptors after that first quarter. Now, I did just talk to you about points in the paint, right? So let's look at that. We're talking about almost double when it comes to points in the paint. 60-32 for the Raptors. 60-32 for the Raptors. And they were making it a mission for them to try to get into that paint early. Scottie was aggressive. Ingram was aggressive going into that paint early. And that was a good thing to see because you don't want to necessarily always see them camping outside from 3-point range, especially when you don't have good shooters. Although tonight they did shoot much better. 52% from the field from 3-point range, 14 of 27. So I will drop one for them there at least. And tonight it actually looked like they played like they had a heart in their chest. I'm telling you, that game had to be a wake-up call for them. It had to be a wake-up call. And Darko, by the way, remember the things that I said on the last episode and the Darko episode. Last game, I mean, yes, that incident with the Pelicans. Remember Darko was talking about he wasn't going to make too much of it or anything like that because he didn't see it and blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, I'm on X right now, and I'm going to type in Josh Lewenberg because there was a quote before this game with Darko Rajakovic, and I'm going to read it to you. Where is it? He was talking about that incident before the game. So Darko, and this is from Josh Lewenberg on X, and this is about an hour and a half before game time. Darko on the Murray Shed incident. After watching the film, this is quotations, by the way. After watching the film, I thought we did not handle the situation the way we want, the way we were supposed to. Our players had conversations with each other. Didn't I tell you they had to have a players only meeting talking about this amongst themselves? They know that's not the true image of our team. It's never going to happen again. Pretty much what I was telling you. That was a quote from Darko Rajakovic again. And so remember I told you, was I exaggerating? I don't think I was exaggerating. And I talked to all of you in the comments like I always do. Get in the comments again here tonight. Get in the comments because we need to have these conversations. And we have them respectfully. Okay? We have them respectfully. We're only talking hoops here, folks. It's just basketball. It's just basketball. We're all trying to figure different things out. You look at it one way. I look at it another way. Sometimes we look at it the same way. Sometimes we don't. We talk. We have dialogue. We try to figure things out. We have fun with it. And we move on with the process. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. We're building something here, all of us together. Okay? But it's like we were talking about in the comments about the last game, and there was a lot of comments. It can never happen again. Ever. Ever. While you play in a Toronto Raptors uniform, that better not happen again. It better not happen again. For the players' sake and Darko's sake. It better not happen again. Getting into that second quarter. Barnes now, what I got to give him credit for, is that with 11:04 remaining in that second quarter, he picked up his third personal foul. And so now going forward, he's got to be aggressive defensively because he's your best defensive player. But he also has to play under control to make sure that he's not reckless in picking up that fourth foul early. Now, the Suns subsequently go on a 13-2 run. And this is where the Suns had a lot of control throughout this game. They go on a 13-2 run with 9:39 remaining in that second quarter, going back to the first. They're 6 of 12 from three-point range in regards to Allen and now Jalen Green's drilling threes. It's a 44-43 Suns ball game. But the Raptors now, we're knocking down some threes themselves. We're talking about quickly making two, then Walter hits one. And let's look at some of these guys. Emmanuel quickly in this game. 38 minutes, 17 points, 7 of 16 from the field, 3 of 6 from three-point range, no free throw attempts in this game, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. I do want to see some free throws, though, from Emmanuel quickly because he's quick, no pun intended, and he can get to that basket and be effective at the free throw line. So Emmanuel quickly, I did think played a pretty good game. Notice how we have been talking about Emmanuel quickly a little bit differently. It seems like he's taking better shots, still creating for his teammates. I thought he's been doing a pretty damn good job these last 1 to 2 months. I thought he's been doing a pretty good job. He definitely looks better now than he looked at the beginning of the season. One guy I'm going to drop one for, and you know what? He deserves a bomb too. I'm going to drop one for this guy off the bench here in this game. Actually, I'm going to drop one for 2 guys off the bench here. And honorable mention goes to Mamukelishvili. The hell with it. I'm going to drop one for Mamu. I thought Jamal Shed, even though he didn't have, crazy numbers, I thought he did a pretty good job defensively tonight and creating, getting it into the paint and finding guys. 25 minutes in this game. He had 6 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3-point range, 1 rebound, 8 assists in this game, just 1 turnover, but gets you a steal as well. Okay, so we're going to drop one for him as well. But this next guy has been somebody who we have been having to rely on coming off the bench for his defensive effort and because he can knock down threes from the outside as well. Jacoby Walter. I thought Jacoby Walter is pretty damn good in this game, especially from a defensive standpoint, taking accountability with that one-on-one defense. 12 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3-point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and a steal in this game. So I'm going to drop one for Jacoby Walter in this. Quiet night from Jakob Poeltl, gave you 6 points, 3 of 5 from the field, obviously efficient as always. 7 rebounds, gave you 1 assist in this game. Scottie Barnes, 31 minutes in this game, 14 points, 6 of 12 from the field, gave you 6 rebounds, 4 assists in this game, gave you 2 blocks and a massive block in this one as well. So I'm going to drop in another one. And you know what? RJ really had himself a third quarter. Can't remember how many points he scored in that third. But he had 22 points in this game in 35 minutes. 1 of 4 from the field. 3 of 4 from 3-point range. 7 rebounds. 5 assists. 2 steals. And a block. We're going to drop one. And I didn't even talk about Brandon Ingram yet in this one. We'll get to him in that second half. But the Raptors... The Raptors, after Barnes' powerful two-hand dunk, 58-54 for the Suns with 2:25 remaining in that second quarter. And they go into the half, Raptors on a 12-4 run to finish the quarter, 62-59 ball game for the Phoenix Suns. And so we go into the third, and I didn't see Scottie Barnes starting the third quarter. I'm there wondering, all right, what the hell is going on? Did something happen here with Scottie? Where is he? But he ends up coming into the game with 11 minutes and 30 seconds. So he misses 30 seconds of the third quarter. But his left hand was wrapped. His thumb was wrapped. And so I'm there thinking, uh-oh. Monitor this. Keep it under control. But now the Suns nailing threes again. Jalen Green is something just... He's something special. I'm wondering what they're going to do with Jalen Green, because you got Green and you got Booker. And then you have Dillon, who's out of the lineup. What are you going to do? Do you play all? You play all of them? I don't know. What do the Suns do? I don't know what their rotations are like. But anyway, Dillon Brooks will be back. I mean, at some point, maybe for the playoffs. But Jalen Green is just drilling threes and then goes down the middle of the lane for a vicious one-handed slam. And it's a 77-68 ball game. Halfway through the third quarter, the Suns are shooting 13 of 29 from 3-point range. But Brandon Ingram, we can talk about him just a little bit in this game because he was extremely aggressive in this game. 20 field goal attempts in this game, shot 13 of 20. And he was 4 for 4 from 3-point range in that third quarter. 5 of 6 from 3-point range overall in this game. 39 minutes in this game, 36 points. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. And guess what? The other number I'm looking at, which is 0, you want to circle that one. No turnovers. No turnovers. We're gonna drop one because Ingram, from an offensive standpoint tonight, just Now, don't get me wrong. I was still getting a bit frustrated, as crazy as this sounds. And I know he had 36 points in 39 minutes. I was still getting a little bit frustrated with some of the ISO. I'm going to be 100% real with you because that offense scares the hell out of me. I want to see the ball move. I want to see the ball move. And yes, you can get away with it tonight because you had the hot hand. But damn it, I don't want to see all those ISOs still. Now, if you got the matchup and you got the mismatch, you got the size advantage, and you can do that turnaround jump shot that he has, smooth like butter, and you're drilling him, okay, that's great. But if you're not making them, please don't continue to do it. Don't continue to do it. Move the basketball. Find Quick. Find Barrett. Find Scottie. You have pieces. You don't need to force up bad shots. And I'm not saying that's what you did tonight. I'm just saying going forward, this is a pattern, this ISO pattern. Give it to Ingram and get out the way. It works against certain teams. When you're playing those good teams and they start throwing that double team at you or they start putting that zone on you, it could become problematic. And we've seen that numerous times this season. But Booker drills along to end that third quarter, and he had 26 points at that point in the game after the third quarter, and it was a 92-86 ball game for the Phoenix Suns. And now you're starting to say to yourself, okay, it's a 6-point game. You're going into the fourth quarter. This is it. Like, if you're going to do something, you've got to start doing something now. You got to start doing something now. And so to start the quarter, they're trading baskets again. And Green, like I've mentioned so many times already, is just drilling shots. And some of this with some good defense that he was making shots over. So you just had to just give him credit. But now Walter ends up drilling a big three, cuts the lead to 5. It's 105-100 with 6:50 remaining. Ingram passes out of an isolation, which is what we were just talking about. Finds quickly gets down to the baseline, kicks it to RJ for a 3. And it was a big, big 3. They went up 108-107 with 3:33 to go in that fourth quarter. And that was a really big shot from RJ Barrett. And that's what I do like about RJ. And we've talked about this before. You know, sometimes, and this is my pet peeve when it comes to not just basketball, but any sports. When you play pro sports, you've got to have big gunners. You've got to have big gunners. So, guys, you've seen this, and gals, you've seen this. There are players that are out here that are scared. There are players that are out here that are scared. They would be scared to take that shot. You never have to be worried about that with RJ Barrett. Ever. You never have to be worried about RJ Barrett taking a big shot. He will take it. And he had a good look. He was open, quickly found him. He took the shot, big kahunas, and he made it. Ingram, once again, drilling shots, turnaround jumpers. He has 34 points at this point. Now, 112-110 Raptors, 121 remaining. Okay? Ingram, once again, nasty turnaround jumper, 36. And then what we were talking about when we just started the show, Jalen Green was about to cut the lead to 2. And he beat Scottie off the dribble to go down to the middle. And it looked like he was clean. And he was coming up 2 hands to throw it back. And when he pulled it back here, Scottie came and swatted it. Gets the ball out into the open court. He then pushes himself, runs the lane, gets the ball right around the 3-point line, dumps it into RJ Barrett for the 2-hand dunk. And that will be all she sang in this one. Very good win for the Toronto Raptors, and boy, do they need it. Do they need it? They are sitting in a play-in spot. Remember, I'm the lenient guy. I'm the lenient guy. I can go much harder on these guys. But I've been an athlete, not at a high level. And I've coached a long time. Been around guys who have played in the NBA for a long time. Been around coaches, that all these different things. So I get it and I understand. I get it and I understand. These guys are the best players in the world. There has to be a level of patience. But there also has to be a level of urgency because, damn it, we expect these guys to win games as well. Let me not get soft. We expect, damn it, that you're going to show up with some heart and ball the hell out at the same time. So at the end of the day, the Raptors needed this win. Why did they need this win so badly? Well, possibly because you're going up against the Detroit Pistons on Sunday. And we saw what happened the last time the Raptors went up against the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons are for real. And they're coming for you on Sunday. You better show some heart, some fight, and some grit. They are physical. They don't dance around before the game starts. Bickerstaff ain't playing those games. Either is Cade. They're not playing those games. Durham will be back in the lineup. We didn't get to see him the last time. But the Pistons ain't playing no games. They're coming for you on Sunday. You must respond accordingly. At Mike Roach 7 on IG, at Mike Roach 23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, share the Mike Roach Show. If you haven't already gotten me on Instagram, or if you haven't seen my Instagram at all, go check out my IG. I don't post on there as much as I used to, but if you want to see anything about me in regards to just what I've done, some of the clips that I put up and all that kind of stuff, you can definitely go see it on Instagram. I don't use it as much as I used to, but I'm still on there every now and then. And you can scroll way back and see some of the shows and all that kind of stuff that I've done for years now. So this is the Mike Roach Show. Can't wait to speak to you guys in the comments. Thank you for all the love and support. I mean, this has been fantastic ever since I started doing this and doing a bit more seriously now that I'm not at all the Raptors games. It's been really fun. It's been really fun doing all of these post games and dropping Raptors content and all that kind of stuff. So these are like the first 3 or 4 months I've actually kind of taken YouTube a bit more seriously, and it's fun, man. It's fun. I enjoy speaking to all of you guys out there. Let's all be respectful and let's continue to have this good hoops talk. Until the next one, this is the Mike Roach Show, and I'm out.